Hey guys, it's Queen of Vanilla here. We are currently at Level Up Expo. We're about to film our first interview for Cookies and Careers, which is a subsection of the Cookie Kingdom. Cookies and Careers is primarily focused on what you think, cookies, and the careers, specifically in entertainment. There are so many facets of gaming and the entertainment industry that you guys probably don't know about, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So come along with me. Since we are at the Level Up Expo, I thought it was just fit for us to go into the insides and outsides of how a convention runs, how it operates, and who's behind that.
I'm Kai Cannon. I was born and raised in Las Vegas. Yeah, so right now my title officially is the Director of Operations, but it's kind of more like Chief of Operations lately. I do a lot of the planning in terms of getting all of the exhibitors signed up, planning out the show floor, submitting plans to the fire marshal, the building, making sure that we get sponsors set up, and just doing a lot of the sales and just overall organization for the show itself. And then we also physically do the CAD layout. Me and the CEO do that ourselves, so we don't have like a special company or anything to do that for us. But yeah, it's really hands-on. So I kind of have like 20 different hats on at any given time, but my main job is like operations, making sure that load in, load out, all that kind of stuff goes smoothly, and then secondary sales, making sure that we sell out the booths, sell out the sponsorships, that kind of stuff. I've been with Level Up for, I believe, 10 years. I started off as a volunteer, moved my way up to an ops supervisor, ops manager. Now I'm director of operations, and then going to be chief of operations. So that was kind of it. In high school, I always liked to volunteer for events. I did Foodie Fest for a long time. I did Klexicon for a long time. I actually started those as like the volunteer coordinator from the beginning. And then in college, I was telling you as we were walking over, I wasn't super into architecture, so I swapped my major to hospitality, meetings and events, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Everybody keeps telling me to do events, so like that was my switch. And I was still doing other jobs on the side, and then my most recent job before this had basically told me that I had to choose because I could not be the director of operations and what I was, and I did not choose the one that was giving me the ultimatum. I really like games, I really like anime, I really like just being at events. I don't necessarily enjoy going to events, if that makes sense. Like I enjoy going in the sense that I enjoy the networking, I enjoy doing the parties, I enjoy seeing all this stuff. But I'm not somebody that's going to like wait in line, I suppose, for like the different activations and that type of stuff. But I get hyped like seeing other people's hype. So that's kind of my favorite part. I literally volunteered for the first year, and I saw that they kind of needed help like with presenting the information for the volunteers. So I just took what they had sent out and put it in like a couple slides, and I was like, hey, you could use this to present, because they always had in-person meetings at like a couple nerd shops in town. And then after I showed them the slides, they were like, well, do you want to be the volunteer coordinator? And I was like, oh, yeah, I mean, if you'll have me, because I've been doing it for so long. And then it's just been nothing but up from there. Most rewarding thing from my job, probably seeing everybody like walk around and enjoy themselves and be happy with their friends, and everybody just kind of standing here in this room, like hanging out, everybody in there like cheering for the cosplay gatherings, the cosplay contests. Like I just enjoy everybody else's hype about it, and I love seeing people enjoy the show. I love watching our recap videos. I love watching other people's recap videos of the show and like seeing what their most favorite parts are. Most challenging thing, and not to like brag, I guess, is that we're successful. So it makes my job harder because as a smaller company, we're not the same like amount of staff as someone like Anime Expo or PAX or any of those other shows. They're like, we have like less than 10 full-time around the year. So as we grow, as we become more successful, my job just becomes more complicated and more involved, just because I have more to oversee, basically. It's good and bad, right? It's like a good challenge to have. Like we're doing so well that I have to create processes for things that we've never encountered before, so it's pretty cool. Within Level Up, it's always kind of been my personal project, and then the CEO has let me take certain aspects and do my own thing with it. So the creator program actually this year, like that wouldn't have existed if I didn't like really push for it and try to advocate for it and work with Tanis to make sure that they get a room, they get set up, they have a schedule. You know, we got Razor in there. And it's the first year, so you know, bumps, hiccups here and there, but like it's the first time that we've had it, and now that we have it, it's harder to take it away. We will try anything once, to see if it works and to see if the attendees like it and the fans are into it. But really just being able to take the different pieces that I see maybe need work or need help and elevate them by supporting them from like the C-suite level. So the easiest way to get involved in Level Up is to volunteer, particularly hire through the volunteer team. That's the most consistent way. It's just easier when we know you. If you've never been to Level Up and you've never volunteered before, it is very different from other shows. So it's a little harder to walk on as just staff. We do use a lot of contractors. So if you have your own like contracting company, photographers, LED vendors, that type of stuff, we're always talking to everyone, but for individuals themselves, definitely at least try to volunteer 1 year so the team is familiar with you, because the easiest way to get hired is to have a vouch. Okay, there we go.